everyone. Woo. First of all, thank you so much for joining us today. God was very clear that we're about to witness the transformation of the hair industry. So are you all ready for that? Are you all ready for that? I heard a little bit. Okay. Well, to bring some significance to where we are today, this building, the Cloud Advanced Computing Building, was where I started as a freshman at Georgia Tech. And I was very scared, very insecure, and wondering how I would find my place in computer science. And I almost gave up. In one of my classes, I was like, I'm not sure if this is for me. And I clearly heard God tell me to connect this to something that I'm passionate about, which was my hair. I was going natural at the time and using this curl pudding that was drying my hair out, breaking it off, and I honestly didn't want to go to class in the first place because of that. And so I was like, you know what? Sitting in my database structures class, I was like, I don't think I would do any of this, but what I would do is build a hair product database so I could analyze all these ingredients and all the products on the market and understand what's actually going to work for my hair. And that lit a spark in me. I started researching the science of hair, and that's how MYAVANA was born. So we're going back to the birthplace. And the scripture is so real when the Lord says that I know the plans and purposes that I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. And today we are stepping into the future of hair care. So I'm very excited for all of you all to join us on this journey. I always use those words because it really is a journey. And this week, we are actually celebrating 13 years in business. So last year was our first year doing this summit, particularly to celebrate that milestone moment. It was our 12th year anniversary, and it just happened to be on the last day of Atlanta Tech Week. So I was like, hey, that's a great way to close it out, right? And so now we're making it a milestone event during Atlanta Tech Week because we are leading the beauty technology industry, which you all will see today. And Atlanta is the birthplace of the hair care capital of the world. So shouldn't we put it all together and bring some innovation to it, especially as Black women? And I'm so excited to show you all what we have accomplished because we are about to step into the new era of the hair industry. And so, thank you so much, Apostle Andrea, for opening us up in prayer. And I always like to acknowledge that this is a place of destiny. It's a place of destiny for me, but also for you. And I have prayed my way through this journey. I know that I have only made it through because of my faith. There were several times where it really did not look like we were going to able to continue to grow and continue to build. But God always opened one door. Let me tell you, how many know you only need one door to open, okay? And you step your way through, and every time we did, and here we are today. And so as I was praying, God was very clear that this is a place of destiny for you as well. So everyone who was called to this event, drawn to this event, there was a reason why. So I hope you stay centered on that, whatever the case may be. You'll see many reasons why. It may be on the path of MYAVANA, or it may be something particularly and personally for you. So thank you for setting the tone. We are transforming industries and now stepping into our purpose. have heard about MYAVANA before today? Okay, it's about half, 2/3, all right. So obviously we've been around for a while, but thankfully, due to my path at Tech, studying machine learning, image recognition, human and computer interaction, what I was seeing at that time was the future of hair care through AI technology. So we like to say that hair care is now entering its AI era, and we're leading it. We are the inventors of hair AI. Yes, we are. It took many years of training hair strand images, but it was our happy place. We are true hair nerds, but this also allowed us to now lead, which we'll see more, a multi-billion-dollar segment within the hair industry. It is now eliminating the guesswork because what have we done up to this point, right? We've been gambling on hair products, lots of trial and error. Retailers are now struggling with crowded shelves because of how much the market has been saturated with products. Brands miss the mark on real hair care needs at times because how many of you all know that you're more than one hair type? All right? Sometimes when it says for curly, coily, and you're curly, coily, and you're using it and you're like, why is this not giving the same spark, the same definition, right? So there's a disconnect, right? But what AI technology gives us the power to do is diagnose the hair health on a personalized standpoint for every customer at every touch point of your hair journey. We do this through our app, which you will now have seen. My background as a computer scientist, my blueprint for building MYAVANA, the software, was actually Microsoft. So you all know Microsoft has Word, right? PowerPoint, Excel, all these applications. It runs using an operating system called Windows, right? So being able to apply that same technology infrastructure to produce all the applications that you just saw, we're gonna give you the inside scoop on how that was created. We're now backed by early partnerships with Ulta, Amazon, Nordstrom, and now we're revolutionizing the $500 billion hair care market. So in summary, we diagnose so you don't have to figure it out anymore. We personalize what your hair actually needs, and overall, we're making hair care smarter. And this is all based on the scientific fact that your hair is as unique as your fingerprint. So now I understand why that curly pudding that my line sister was using was not working on my hair. And that really sparked my curiosity to understand what are all the variables involved on our hair strands. And so I like to say before MYAVANA and after MYAVANA, right? Okay? Because after today, we're stepping into the future of hair care. So before MYAVANA, all we did was trial and error. That was our default strategy. Any retired product junkies in the room? Okay. That was all of us. Anyone in YouTube University? Okay, that was all of us, right? Figuring out our hair. That's insane, right, when you think about it? How much time, how many hours have you spent on your wash day? I mean, we were really, truly figuring out like it was our own science project because it really was. But what this has led to, if you think about the past, we've been in business for 13 years, so I would say 15 years of the natural hair movement from the mid to late 2000s, right? Now it's a massive market, but there's also massive confusion. There's a universal problem, but still no precision because what we found through our data is that 90% of people still struggle with hair challenges and scalp issues. Retailers are drowning in SKUs. They've loaded up the shelves, but how are they directing the consumers? Many of them are flying blind, and what this results in is actually billions of dollars wasted on products that don't work. And not only that, there are many health risks now. It's not just beauty, not just getting the looks, but now we're more conscious about the ingredients in these products. What are we consuming and what's actually being digested into our bodies? Did you all know that relaxers are now linked to cancer? Uterine fibroid cancer. Who struggles the most with fibroids? Black women. Do you see any correlation with that? How many of you all see the scandals online when ingredients in their products all of a sudden change? Or now people are having so many adverse reactions, right? Who's regulating all of this? Nobody. So that's where we believe MYAVANA steps in, eliminating the guesswork, transforming hair care into science-backed, precision-first experience, and we're using AI. So I'm a firm believer that there's a good side of AI and there's a bad side of AI. We're on the good side of AI, okay? So don't get scared. AI is actually a very, very powerful, transformative tool. And one of the reasons I like to advocate for the good developers is that the same way that I would want to consult someone about what their hair needs, AI gives me the ability to consult millions of people at the same time. All right, that's what MYAVANA does. So the expertise that you would get from a true trained cosmetologist, trichologist, the dermatologist, imagine getting that same expert level of care, but through technology. That's what we have created MYAVANA to be. And so I'm so excited to allow you all to finally meet MYAVANA. And I say meet MYAVANA because we've been working on her for 13 years. And everyone's like, is it a product? Like, where can I buy your products? And I'm like, it's not a product. And they're like, oh, well, this is the moment where we can finally reveal her. She's like my first baby, for real. But also, has anyone started making their commercials yet? Any of my content creators are here. All right, so the reason why we wanted to do a content creation contest is because we need your help explaining MYAVANA, okay? What we found as techies and scientists is we use all these, technical terms because we're so excited just talking about how the technology works that we want to really land how to truly connect with the consumer and get the average person to understand MYAVANA. And so who better to do that than the actual creatives, right? But we want MYAVANA to spread. So throughout today, feel free to continue getting clips to make your commercial. You do have to post it before the end of the summit because we want to look at it. We want to see what's resonating. And ultimately, we want to build our marketing army who can help us spread MYAVANA to the world. So when we created MYAVANA, we imagined the consumer at the center of this industry. And so as a technologist, in creating those technical diagrams, the consumer was in the middle because we are considered what we call the heartbeat of the hair industry. We're the one that's moving these products. We're the one that's spending the money, and we're the ones that tell these companies what we want and what we need. And so because of this, being ahead of the market, which was a very crazy feeling, to be honest, we were about 10 years ahead of our market. And so we're saying, hey, we're transforming the hair industry through science and technology, right? Where's Chanel? Chanel. Hey. We're like, yes, everyone's like, who are these girls? Because we're walking into these rooms of technologists, right? With boldness, with audacity, but also with intelligence. And we knew that the market needed to change. And so that was our mission from the beginning. But what we didn't realize was that we were ahead of now, not only the $500 billion hair care industry, but now a new billion-dollar wave. That's how we knew we were moving in the right direction. We kept seeing all these billions, right? $15 billion personalization wave hitting the beauty industry, and we're positioned at the center of it. So AI in beauty is now a massive growth engine. It's projected to reach $13 billion by 2030. Personalized hair care is exploding, 19.7% growth. And what ended up happening was, after we launched, we did have a lot of competitors. We did have other hair analysis kits hitting the market. We also had a lot of personalization companies that were producing their own products. But we were very clear that we didn't need another product. We needed to know which products to actually use. And so we're really centered on data and software that guides, right? Personalized guidance as our path forward. But what this is doing is it's boosting conversion and engagement rates, over 15% now. Companies that do incorporate personalization have 40% better margins and also 30% bigger baskets. So the data is showing us that when you do match the right product to the right customer at the right time, you have guaranteed sales, you have guaranteed retention, you have guaranteed growing lifetime value, so it's a very smart business decision as well. And so what does all of this mean? So I know this is a lot of text, but I wanted to illustrate what this personalized engine actually does. So we started out on the B2C side, serving the consumer directly. And what ended up happening? Well, as we were recommending the products, we're like, oh, wait, we have to go talk to the hair care brands now. And then we had to tell them where to buy the products. So we had to talk to the retailers. Then it was also very clear, looking at these strands underneath the microscope, that these consumers need true professionals. Because what happened in the YouTube era is the professionals were stuck behind the chair. Their expertise was being drowned out by all of the commentary of other people who are now influencers, bloggers that we loved, right? Figuring out their hair and recording the whole experience, and now we're watching and listening to the influencers. But what's the problem with that? They're not real professionals. And so that's why the market, is what it is. So with MYAVANA, we're turning every touch point into a precise, data-driven moment, fueling a smarter, more personal hair care journey for every consumer, retailer, and brand. We discover and diagnose. We recognize that every hair is unique and there's no more guessing, so you don't have to figure it out by yourself anymore. We recommend and engage. Every product is a match. So you know how it feels when you find your perfect match, right? So imagine your hair just responding to the products that are actually giving it what it needs. We connect and personalize, so every visit is now tailored, and we're excited to show you how that fits on the professional side. And then that pushes this engine now to the business side. So we're helping businesses refine and grow. Every interaction fuels the next, because now they can actually get data about how the products are working, what you're doing next, what's your next hairstyle. One of the things I like to tell companies is what happens after the point of sale. We're on a whole journey with our hair and with that product. We measure and optimize, so every touch point feeds the system. And we help companies convert and deliver. So we make sure that every experience feels like it was made for you. And so what ended up happening is, again, sometimes you don't know what you know, right? So I was wondering, why am I so convicted about this? And I realized why when we presented to Procter & Gamble, and I realized that this personalization does not apply only to hair care. It applies to all of beauty, but it also applies to all of retail. Think about it. How are we shopping for products today? Online, but based on what? Yes. Reviews, based on the ads that we see, the marketing language. But guess what? It's all transactional, right? They're just trying to get your sale, right? Do they know anything about you? Do they know anything about what's going on with your hair? So this opened up the market even more to now shift retail to a personalized consumer journey. So y'all just getting a sneak peek of it today. And that's why I said we're not just reimagining hair care, we're transforming the future of beauty. And so I'm excited for you to finally meet MYAVANA, who is your new AI hair care assistant. Yes. So, to guide you on this experience, for your hair, for beauty, for all of retail. We're going to guide you. We got you, girl. Don't worry. No more worries. No more fears, okay? Just tell us what's going on with your hair. So when you download the app, you can go ahead and scan and go to our website. Download our app. You're going to get a first sneak peek of the experience. So you can talk to MYAVANA like your friend now. So I'm asking, I call her Maya for short. You can call her Maya. She has a nickname. I said, hey, what should I do to keep my twist out moisturized? Anyone gets to day 3 and it's feeling kind of dry. Simple questions like that, I can ask MYAVANA. Just ask MYAVANA. You don't have to search anymore. She says, Candace, here's what you can do. Nightly sealing, so before bed, apply a little light oil or serum, a morning refresh, spritz your twist with a moisturizing leave-in, and hydrating products. And since retaining moisture in the hair is dictated by porosity, you may need the hair SI kit to do a full analysis of your hair. So you see how, again, being stuck, or otherwise I might have just put a lot of oil on my hair thinking oil moisturize. Y'all know oil doesn't moisturize, right? Okay, all right. but many people don't know that. And so based on that, and I was like, you know what, I do need to get another analysis done. It's been a few months. And so now it's telling me, do you want an instant analysis or do you want the in-depth? And since I do have color, I just got hair color. Shout out to my colorist, Color King. The professionals who take care of our hair are going to make sure it stays healthy, but also before you get color, make sure you know if your hair is ready for it, okay? That was another reason why my hair was breaking off. I didn't tell that part. I went to cosmetology school and I wanted my blonde again, and it was just a bad decision. But see how we're guiding you? Very easily. And so just how you talk to Siri, just like how you talk to Alexa, you can now talk to MYAVANA. Ask your hair questions. It's all in our mobile app. And based on the analysis, I asked, can I get this done at the salon too? Because I heard MYAVANA was coming to the salons, so I asked. And she says, that's a great question, Candace. MYAVANA Pro is a software that does analyze clients' hair strands and designs specifically for professional hairstylists. Are you a stylist or a salon owner? So she's picking up cues. Like, I see you asking about this. Are you a professional? And so, no, but I would like a recommended salon to go to. And so MYAVANA says, I can assist you with finding salons to do your hair analysis. To get started, please enter your current location in the MYAVANA app. This can be done by clicking Request a Stylist. And so it functions as a concierge. I just put in my zip code. We've always recommended stylists, but now we're building a whole professional network to make sure you do have professional care. And this all will now function as like your hair care concierge. One of the other key things that we have added is our hair diary. So through tracking your hair journey through MYAVANA and getting those daily tips, daily recommendations, daily maintenance, not only are you logging your hair journey, but you'll be able to earn points. So every day you earn points, and you can earn those points to redeem hair products as well. So it's a new reward system. We're going to reward you for taking care of your hair. How many of y'all know it's a daily process? It is. It is a daily process. I am the main one, and what I realized was I really built MYAVANA for me. I am a busy person, right? I'm a busy entrepreneur. I'm a mom. I'm kind of a lazy natural too, just to be honest. And there are several times where I just fall asleep without my bonnet on either. I know that's not good, but that is me. And I don't have time to search. I don't have time to figure it out. And I want my hair to look good because my hair is definitely a part of how I express myself. And so now I can just get my daily tips, know what I need to do, and keep it moving. But also, we're really excited about the rewards. because we're working with a lot of brands. You'll see shortly. But yeah, you can start to redeem those rewards for products, but also for cool experiences. We have very cool events and experiences that we're excited to do for our community. And so that's what we call the future of hair care. And so we are now rolling this out, eliminating the trial and error, helping you save time and money. You receive expert support. And this is how it works. So we are identifying every person's unique hair ID. With Hair AI, that is our instant tool where you can take a photo of your hair and get instant product recommendations. Hair SI is our scientific intelligence. That's what we have spent years in the lab perfecting, which actually analyzes your condition as well, in addition to your texture and type. And so how it works, this is how we created it. So it's now our patented system called the CARE system. And it uses artificial intelligence and image recognition to take a photo of your hair and identify your unique hair type down to the percentage. So how many of you all know that you are more than one hair type? You're a unique blend of different textures, different types, okay? So we identify it down to the percentage. We ask you about your hair challenges and your hair goals. And we match you to the products that will work best for you. And then you can continue this experience through our app even as you change your hair. And so the reason I love this is because I like to ask questions. I know I keep saying it, but how many of y'all know that your hair transforms? Your hair transforms. So your hair may be different today, tomorrow, next week, next month. And what are the reasons why it transforms? Based on how you style it, based on if you straighten it, based on the weather, based on what you eat, the growth cycle, yes, I got my hormones, thank you, medication, that's what's causing all these hair changes, right? And also now what we're seeing is a lot of scalp issues, like skyrocketing. And we have some indicators why, which we'll talk about later. But this is how Hair AI works. Hair SI is the lab comprehensive version. It started with our first product, our hair analysis kit. So it's like 23andMe for your hair, where you comb your hair, send your hair strands to our lab, do a scientific assessment, and create a healthy hair care plan. So you can get a full healthy hair care plan based on your challenges and your goals. And this includes ingredients that are best for you, regimens, and also, again, a professional stylist. And this is all available in our web and mobile app. So what we're now disrupting the market with is what we call the unique hair ID. So this expands the current hair typing system from 12 hair types to over 972. So we have been basing our hair on only 2 variables, texture and type. That's why you think you're a 4C, a 2A, a 3B. You are so much more than that, so much more than that. So it's actually a unique combination of all these variables and what we call the hidden variables, which is the condition. The condition of your hair is what the eyes cannot see. So we're talking about the health of your hair, right? The integrity of your hair strands, your porosity. How many of you all have tried the water test to try to figure out your porosity, all right? That was all of us too, right? The elasticity, how well is your hair able to stretch without breaking? And also your density. So understanding that everyone's hair, again, is as unique as your fingerprint, this hair ID, every person will now have a unique hair ID with MYAVANA. So you know how you have your Apple ID, right? Touch ID, we own the hair ID. And now every person has a hair profile, which now means every time you shop for products, you can ask MYAVANA. You can get personalized recommendations, but most importantly, you can maintain healthy hair care. And so on the B2B side, what this looks like is new consumer intelligence, HairCI, and new recommendation intelligence. And so today we've actually analyzed over 2 billion hair strands. And that was very interesting, very interesting. From physical hair strands to the hair strands and images of photos taken through our app, and really understanding the full spectrum of everyone's hair needs and what is actually happening as women style, as they have different health challenges. But now we're making all this data available in our consumer intelligence dashboard. So you know how companies get market research, right? Now they can come to MYAVANA for real-time consumer research, understanding hair care needs at every segment of those 972 segments. Also, when you log in your hair diary, it feeds our dashboards as well. So we're starting to understand a lot of trends, right? One trend that an amazing researcher talked about at Spelman, which we're going to talk about later today, is the weather. How much the weather affects our hair, depending on where you are. Things like pollution, humidity. Yes, it's going to give you answers, okay? Because you're wondering, why is my hair now doing this? Our recommendations intelligence is all of our product intelligence data. So now we have recommendation numbers on all the products and brands. So I'm sure you all are curious what our top recommended brands are, right? Like based on the data, we have those numbers. And so we are about to release our first consumer insights report, and we're going to publish our top 5 products from every category. So it's really, really interesting. It's really interesting. And not only that, we do license this technology to retailers now. So now retailers can provide the same personalized hair care technology to their consumers and also give you guidance based on the products that they carry. Last but not least, we're entering the salon market now. Where are my stylists? Any stylists here? Okay, yes. So, yes. So, of course, and shout out to Robin D. Groover. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for you all to hear from her. I was blessed to receive a phone call from her one day about the salon market. And we always knew that this was going to come back full circle to the professionals because we want to put the power of AI technology in your hands as well. And so our HairScopes are our first hardware device that does the same hair and scalp analysis in the salon. So instead of waiting 2 to 3 weeks to get your results from our lab, you can now go to a MYAVANA Pro salon, get your analysis done, and receive your healthy hair care plan. And also because of that, because of the retail intelligence, we recommend products from what you carry in your salon. And so this gives you the power to tap into retail as a new revenue stream and carry products as well. So for all of our pros, you can join our pilot. This is the last month of our pilot. We have had close to 100 stylists in our pilot over the past 2 years, testing this out with us. And it is very exciting, very, very exciting to see how this new service will now transform salons. The theme is transformation, if y'all didn't get it yet. How this will now transform salons. And I actually should have added a picture because I am now officially a MYAVANA Pro as well. So I'm combining my cosmetologist dreams with MYAVANA now, and I had my first client yesterday. And it was so good. So join our pilot if you are ready to transform the hair industry with us. When we want to show you what this looks like.
Welcome back to In the Lab with MYAVANA. We are debuting our HairScope. I'm Tanisha, you know me, your Chief Research Analyst.
And I'm Karen with Stylist Partnerships with MYAVANA, and we're here to debut our HairScope.
So essentially, you're going to get the link to the scope. What you'll do is plug the scope into the iPad, and then you'll use the scope, as Karen is demonstrating here, to scan the hair. So you can do the hair strands as well as the scalp. The way the scope works is as you're using it, whatever challenges it's seeing on the hair strands, it's going to identify them in the image here. You definitely want to move slowly so that it has time to register and identify the challenge and then populate it on the screen for you. This would be something great for stylists to use pre and post shampoo. So if you use it pre-shampoo, you'll be able to see what type of buildup is on the hair strand and maybe decide whether you need to clarify or whether your customer needs a serious detox. Okay, look at this. That's some buildup. It's pointing out the buildup. We also see some breakage. Yes, that's definitely the edge control that we're seeing on the. Thank you for joining us back in the lab with MYAVANA to share our HairScope.
So shout out to our R&D team. Tanisha, Rachel, Karen have worked so hard to bring this to market, and you see how it auto-detects the condition of the hair strands and the scalp. And so bringing personalized hair care to the salons. This is a new service, our hair and scalp health analysis appointments. Again, does the same analysis and produces the healthy hair care plan for your clients. And this is what we call our care experience. And so we've seen the noise and chatter on social media about these new hairstylists. We know that there's still some issues about if your hair is too natural for me, or you gotta comb it out and detangle it before you even get to the salon. And even issues with professionalism, right? So we're leading the charge with just transforming the whole salon experience, making it personalized so that your stylist really understands your hair and can give you the best treatments. It also customizes what salon services your client needs. And so again, instead of encouraging or convincing them that they need a trim, they can see it right on the screen, right? They can see where breakage is present. They can see where damage may be present. But most importantly, it incorporates smarter hair care and also gives you new data on your clients to revamp all of your service offerings. So the CARE experience, CARE is an acronym. It stands for consult, analyze, recommend, and educate. Those are the 4 steps that we guide every customer to in order to bring them to hair nirvana, which is the meaning of MYAVANA. And so, building over the years, right, I've showed you how we've entered multiple product categories, right? And so now I can really explain that MYAVANA is not just a product, it is a whole ecosystem. It is a platform that is now transforming hair care. So starting on the B2C side, now on the B2B side, and now we're at a point where we're truly built to scale. So finally, the foundation is complete. And yes, thank you. Yes, so being ahead of the market for so long, we realized that, it's because we're building a whole new ecosystem. And now we are allowing every company to plug into MYAVANA through our product offerings. And so, again, I told you all I was seeing billions, right, in this path of market research. So as the market has grown, we see how the market opportunity has expanded and what each of the key categories and segments are. But also, we're all able to tackle this with our amazing team that has the expertise to really understand what the market opportunity is, but also have the skills, the insight, the know-how to bring this to market. And so I'm truly grateful for everyone who has gotten us to this point. It has truly, again, it's been a journey. It's taken a village. We have amazing investors. We have key people who are helping bring the insight to allow us to be pioneers in this industry. And so now every company in the industry can plug into MYAVANA and leverage our technology to provide personalized guidance. So this is what we now call our hair and beauty network. Our network is comprised of all sectors of the hair industry. And remember, with all the concerns that we've seen from consumers, we realized that there was no authority in this market, really making sure that what we are bringing to market is safe for consumers, but also have some rhyme or reason of how things are being distributed. And what occurred to us very, very, very clearly was that was our opportunity to take as well. So we introduced our own seal of approval, MYAVANA Certified, and have now established the Healthy Hair Care Authority for all companies. And thank you. And these are the amazing partners that we have completed a pilot with. So this was just, up until this point, we've been in pilot mode. And so I'm going to share just a few case studies, and we want to get to our panels because we're going to hear the conversations from all of our key partners that have brought this to life. But we have some amazing success stories. One is with My Black is Beautiful. Anyone remember this brand that launched with Procter & Gamble? So this was our activation that we did at Essence Festival last year. And we do several of these now. So now when you have experience with brands, it can be personalized. Remember, we're shifting the whole retail industry to a personalized experience. Shea Moisture was actually our first partner who launched through Unilever. Unilever was our first B2B enterprise client that licensed our technology, and actually this launch took place in the UK and France. And that took us global. We were official global company with global clients. And we have a lot of...
like, we've got nothing like this in the UK where people can get a real diagnosis of hair type, what they need for their hair. Right. And it's so difficult for people to understand, like, what's the right product for them. Yes. And that's one big thing we've identified on Shea. We need to educate the consumer to navigate the range. Right. But this tool has really helped us today. The sales have been amazing. Like, we've almost sold out the product.
Oh, that's
and
incredible.
So tomorrow we've got more product coming. Yes. We've had people waiting just to do this tool. And so it's been such a benefit, and we can't actually wait to roll this out now in the UK. Yes. So thank you so much.
And I didn't pay her to say that either. She walked up and said that. I was like, can you say it again so we can record it? We've had a pilot with Nordstrom. So testing our kiosk, the one that you all demoed today, in the in-store retail experience. Who just also launched their beauty category. So everyone's understanding now, oh, I need to get into beauty, right? It's what we call a recession-proof industry because of how beauty needs are always prioritized. Ulta is our first retail partner. So our technology is also live on ulta.com and in the mobile app as well. Yes, so if you go to mobile now, you can use the experience. It's been an incredible journey again. And our metrics are so great. We have almost 30,000 monthly active users. And our click-through rates of products is 87%. Okay. So that shows you just how much people are really trying to find the right product now. Just get me to what works. So that was even beyond what I thought. We were hoping for 20% or better. So to really knock it out of the park is very exciting, and we are excited to expand to more retailers, which you all will see soon. Pattern is another brand
Today we're
partner
at Ulta
of
FLC
ours.
with Pattern Beauty. Here with me,
We
I
just
have
did
the
an
lovely
activation
friend
with
from the
them
Pattern
at
team.
Ulta
At this activation,
FLC.
we're collaborating using our MYAVANA Powered Scope to recommend personalized pattern product cocktails. Looking at Fran's scalp under the microscope, we saw a little bit of dryness and flaking. Because she's cleansing every day, we discussed her using less of the cleansing shampoo on her scalp directly and maybe incorporating the cooling serum to help give some relief, as well as trying out the new scalp scrub. Otherwise, her strands look amazing and perfectly healthy. She's doing an excellent job.
Yeah, so shout out to Rachel and all of our hair analysts and stylists that have worked this activation with us. So this is how we're partnering with the brands to make their experience personalized now. Because even in the range of what they carry, you need to know which ones to use. Also, sometimes what order. Do I need both shampoos, clarifiers, Again, we're all trying to figure it out, but MYAVANA makes it personalized, and we easily integrate with every brand. And so that's how we are transforming the hair industry. And thank you so much.